Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to another episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is Season 7, Episode 9. It's called As I Have Always Been. Before we jump into talking about last episode, I just want to say thank you guys for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. That means a lot. I never really expected my channel to reach that number, let alone within like a year. So that means a lot. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being a nerd like me and liking shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you're new, please consider leaving a like on the video. Consider subscribing if you want to stick around. We got plenty of good shows coming. Umbrella Academy Season 2 is going to be coming right up here. Then we got Lucifer Season 5, The Boys Season 2. By the time those are done, we'll probably have some more info on like Mandalorian Season 2, Falcon and Winter Soldier, things like that. So, big things are in store. Big, cool shows. But, per Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what happened last time? So last time, the main issue was that the time drive was like oscillating too quickly, and it was essentially like forcing jumps. So they like skipping a stone. The rate at which they were jumping was increasing and increasing and increasing, but they're also getting shorter and shorter. So eventually, the jumps would get so small that the ship would essentially get sucked into like a time singularity and like a black hole, and they wouldn't be able to get out of it. So they needed a way to either stop that thing, like slow it down, or go fast enough to where they could get in between the oscillations. So the main thing was trying to fix Yo-Yo's powers so that she could do it. And if they couldn't do that, then they just had to abandon the ship. So May and Yo-Yo go to, what was it called? Not Safe Haven. Afterlife, that's what it's called. May and Yo-Yo went to Afterlife to meet Daisy's mom, Jia-Ying. And this is 1983 at the time, so they figure, hey, she knows a lot about inhuman powers. Maybe she can figure out what's going on. Yo-Yo still thinks she's been poisoned up till this point, so it's like, not really gonna work out crazy well. But Jia-Ying kind of figures it out. She's like, yo, this is all in your head. And so May and Yo-Yo fight, and kind of just take a deep dive into her psyche and figure out, why is she feeling this way? Like, what's going on? And we learned that Yo-Yo's been holding herself back from going fast because, she's kind of developed this thought process of like when she uses her powers, like bad things have happened, or like she didn't get there fast enough, or all these other things. And so she's just been forcing herself to stand still, even when she could technically use her powers. And then you find out later that she was even forcing herself to yo-yo. Like, she never had to bounce back. She could just be fast, which is mighty convenient. I kind of liked that there was some limitations on her ability, but for the final 5 episodes of this show, I think they need everyone at full strength. So if this was a thing that happened in season 3 and we knew there was going to be 7 seasons, I would be a little upset, because then it's like almost Yo-Yo's just overpowered and she could fix every problem. But since it's like this is the final season, I don't have an issue with it. But at Afterlife, there was this whole other thing going down, because the Legend of Korra, Jia-Ying's other daughter, like, we learned that, at least that's what I was getting from it, is that Jia-Ying has another kid, in 1983. In that regular timeline, like where our people are from, she presumably kills herself in 1983. Because the only thing that stopped her from killing herself was Nathaniel's interfering. And so she can't control her power, and she's almost destroying Afterlife every time she uses it. And then Nathaniel's like, yo, you can come with me. And she's like, that sounds like a great idea. And then at the end, they kind of like V for Vendetta or whatever, just anarchy. He's planning on taking the powers from other people and redistributing them to either just himself or his people or the world as a whole. He's kind of deciding who's worthy of having gifts. And then, Deke and Enoch were checking on the time drive, and then the ship jumped again. And so I think this episode is gonna have maybe something to do with Enoch, because it's called As I Have Always Been, which is a thing he's been saying a lot. So, I don't know. Who knows? Again, thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Please consider leaving a like on this video as well, or subscribing if you're new. But let's jump into Season 7, Episode 9 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That was a weird focus on her face.
Time drive overloaded.
Yeah, what is happening?
Century slang for worked normally?
Where are we?
Guys, anyone want to fill me in on that?
Oh! Dang. That's trippy.
We're trapped in a time storm. Are you just taking unrelated words and putting them together?
No, Bugsy, this is real. It's just like Simmons said.
We're 94 kilometers away.
Mac!
I can't see. I can't see.
Hey, any idea what just hit us?
Radiation.
It shorted out the doors to the Quinjet. I'm trapped inside.
Yo!
Mac?
God dang!
Okay.
I'm fine. Just deal with the Quinjet.
I'll help.
I'll get back to Simmons. Can you find a way out of here? Yeah. Let's hope so.
He's gonna, like, be blind now.
Simmons?
Actually, well, I guess they have that healing thing, so maybe not. Maybe he'll be okay. But it's a time radiation.
Radiation flare. I'll have something for you. Is that supposed to...
Is this a time loop episode? That's why they focused on her face, so then every time she wakes up, you know, it's a new loop. Gosh dang it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doing a time loop episode. Come on, man.
No way.
Yep. Yahweh. Oh, are they gonna keep showing the intro too? Gosh dang it.
I'm so much happier.
Yeah, we're 91 kilometers away. How did you...
Last time it was 94. They're getting closer.
I think I'm time moving. I've done this already. I've done this
Good.
already.
Good. She's fully on top of things.
Listen, okay, I need your help. You won't believe this, but I keep...
Repeating the same events over and over again? Yeah. How long did it take you to figure it out this time?
She's done this before. God dang it.
I was really hoping not to have this conversation again, but if you forgot everything we went through, I guess that means you died again.
I died? Again?
And always say it, just like that. We're the only two who remember, so each time...
Why does he remember? Because he was asleep?
You don't remember? That's awful. It's annoying, because who has to teach you every time? This guy. I've done it 14 times so far.
We've done this 14 times?
Oh, no. You've died 14 times. We've been through this loop 87 times. Or I should say, 87 that I know about.
That you know about.
Because you don't come power me up every time. It's okay. Not your fault.
I love how exasperated Coulson is.
The time drive is stuck. It keeps looping back on itself over and over again.
My feedback.
And we're running out of time.
Another zinger. You're serious? We can't just keep looping until we get everything exactly right?
No.
Practice making perfect?
Oh, you haven't noticed the numbers. You really are behind.
Yeah, every time they're like, oh, Deke's like, we're this far away.
And how far away are we?
79 kilometers.
Gosh,
Thanks for
dang.
asking.
We're repeating time. Sparks, Yo-Yo, Simmons, Deke.
Looks like something just fried the Quinjet's flight system.
Okay. You nearby?
Hey, it's me. Everywhere's nearby. I'm already here. I'll check it out.
Radiation levels are off the charts.
Gosh dang. 65?
I'm guessing not many.
Deke, is there any other information on the drive?
Think about this. Once we get the answer, the loop will reset and the implant will be back in place.
That's true.
This loop thing is actually... Think of a fake word and just say it out loud. Anything. Phlebotomy. Yeah, this isn't the first time we did that. Okay, let's go before I change my mind.
Phlebotomy.
Let's try that again.
It's not gonna let her, is it?
Are you okay? Simmons. Simmons.
I'm going in there.
Simmons?
What the heck?
These doors become locked.
Simmons.
She's faking. She looks like she's faking.
Phlebotomy. Okay, let's go before I change my mind. But this time I'll be going in there with you.
Cool. Cool.
Cool, 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 cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Why is she coughing now? Oh, okay. Oh, frick, she's gonna forget oh, never mind. I was like, if she dies, she forgets all of it. And they have to go through that whole process like 100 more times.
They're dead. What a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Coulson's like, screw this, man.
This does not appear to be a naturally occurring leak.
Someone cut it?
Too neat.
So you know
Yeah,
about
those three.
Wait, what? Did I tell you about it? Please say that wasn't me.
The how doesn't matter. What matters is that you guys are protecting a secret and someone tried to kill for it. And I just don't think they'd resort to such drastic measures. It doesn't make sense.
You absolutely would, Simmons. You have tried to kill yourself to disprove time before.
Okay.
Sorry to put you right to work once we get you out of here,
Don't be. I don't like the idea that someone tried to hurt them.
right? I'm assuming it wasn't you,
Sounds like I missed a lot. I was only in here for a few minutes.
yeah? How nice.
I don't know.
There we go.
There's something going on.
Okay, tell me what to...
Son of a bitch.
Phlebotomy.
So you're saying we've tried this a couple times?
Yeah, like 100 million times.
Wait, it's a trap.
We don't know that yet.
No, we do. You said somebody obviously went through the drawer, and Simmons was supposed to get the scanner, right?
Yeah, until I told her I was gonna do it.
Right, but if I die, I'll just, reset, no problem. If you die, you lose your memories, and you have to waste all this time relearning everything. Time we don't have.
He didn't explode. Okay. Good.
So, it's fine.
Nope, not fine. You just got poisoned.
Hey,
Yeah, what the piss just happened? Okay, freaking balls. I don't know what's happening.
I don't like watching you die. I don't like watching any of you die over and over.
We will figure this out. You know we will.
Is he trying to kill himself so that he doesn't have to have any of this happen anymore?
Don't talk like that again. Of course, you have a soul.
Don't say that.
Does it not occur to you that I might know something about watching my friend die over and over again?
This is different.
Is it?
I will watch all of you die, one by one. Everyone I love. Because someone decided I should. Programming which won't even let me.
What?
It's enough.
I beg your pardon.
Is it Enoch?
Simmons and Fitz. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait.
Enoch!
I cannot.
Stop.
Enoch, I don't want this.
You programmed me to protect the implant at all costs, even if I had to kill. Even if I had to kill you.
Enoch! Was that a test?
I just think it's weird that you need to be awake for this thing.
Not uncommon for brain surgery. What? Which this absolutely is not just removing little implants.
Yeah, it's brain surgery. Just yeets her across the room.
Okay, see,
Is there some reason you are creating false pretenses under which you might keep me in this location?
quick, let's get things started before.
Just
well,
throws Sousa's body through the wall.
All right, well, stealth didn't work.
He did not see the irony.
No.
Enoch, Gemma has something to ask you. Go ahead, Gemma.
Enoch, we need to talk.
They're all so angry. He just kills all of them.
Get all those weapons.
Thanks, Dad. Very.
You sad about that?
We do not.
We do not.
Every time I ask you for help, you say yes. Even if I don't ask, you're waiting here to make sure I rest or whatever. Why? Be honest.
He likes you.
Honest?
You're cute.
How does that...
Because when people like you run into those walls, you should have someone there to pick you back up.
And you...
He would like to be that person.
Be that someone?
Not for everyone.
Just for you. Yeah, buddy. Let's go.
Now we need to drop space for one.
Yes.
Okay, what can I do?
Wait here. I'll go set up the procedure.
Top quality.
It would be like removing a human being's heart, taking it outward.
Taking it out would kill him.
That's not good.
Gemma, what are you remembering? Gemma, what is it? What are you remembering?
What? What the frick did she just remember?
No, there has to be another
We
solution.
have tried every possible
You
angle.
can't just expect Enoch to sacrifice him.
I believe this is what you need.
Enoch!
What did you do?
What needed to be done, apparently.
Enoch killed her.
And the rest of you will live. I would
You'll
like to
never
think
see
Fitz
Fitz again.
would do the same for me. I would like to think all of you would. In my thousands of years observing humans, I never used to feel lonely. I have been alone many times. To be candid, I preferred it, but it wasn't until I met this particular team of shield agents that being alone meant feeling lonely. And I don't care for it.
He spent so much time alone
As you might expect.
in the past.
You don't have to.
They left him there and he was lonely.
You can stay with me up to the end, but you can't come with me at the end. I will have to leave you. And I will have to do that alone, and I can't help wondering, when that happens, will I feel lonely?
I can say with some authority.
It can be harder to stay than to leave. While your friends will indeed survive, the team will not.
What does that mean?
I have seen the future. Carry on this mission and cherish it, for it will be your last mission together. People arrive, so we celebrate, and people leave us, so we grieve. We do what we can with the time in between, but the cycle is always there. No one escapes it. Not even you.
Which means you're not alone.
The last thing he thinks was Fitz.
He was my best friend.
And you're a good friend to Vince. You were a good friend to all of us.
As I have
As I have always been.
Jump successful, everybody. We're safe.
God dang it. Screw this guy.
Don't overthink it. Send it where you want it to go.
Okay. She's
Brava!
good at it now.
You know, your little sister is gonna be so impressed.
That was a tough episode. Frick. So, most of the episode I loved. I thought most of it was friggin' fantastic. The time loops, just every part of that was wonderful. I was wondering at the very beginning why they focused on Daisy's face. And you know, you realize it's a framing shot for every time they loop after. And so she's been looping a ton of times, I guess, but every time she dies, she forgets everything. And for whatever reason, Coulson also remembers. And so just going through, you know, I liked that they kind of did away with the typical time loop tropes, like at least after a little bit. So they did the typical thing where like they'll be like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and it all happens and everyone's like, what? And they kind of moved past the slightly like just trying to get things done in a certain amount of time or whatever. And they really just focused the story on like the interactions that are happening within the loop and how it has a greater implication for the overall story. So she's just going through, you know, she's having brief moments where she's wondering why Sousa's like just chilling there. You know, she doesn't quite know what's happening. Coulson's just clearly super exasperated. He's like, I hate this, like, because he knows that this little microcosm of what's happening is just something he's going to have to deal with for the rest of his existence, is the people he loves and his friends, he just has to constantly see them dying while he doesn't age, he doesn't die. And he hates that. Like, he already hates aspects of himself about being robotic. He doesn't think he's alive or has a soul. And he just, like, he can't take seeing his friends die anymore, and he knows that it's just gonna keep going and keep sucking. Even if they get out of this, like, he's still gonna see them die and live past it. So they're in a time storm, and they're trying to figure out, you know, what is preventing them from getting out. They figure out it's Simmons knows, like, she knows how to get them out. She has the info in her head, and they have to get that out of her. But something is killing her, killing them, stopping them from getting that out of her, and they don't know who it is. They have a brief little thing of like, oh, who could it be? You know, I thought maybe Deke. I thought Simmons, because, you know, Simmons has definitely resorted to drastic behavior in the past to prove or disprove time theories. Where when she drank or almost drank the acid from like a season or two ago, and she was explaining that her fits are invincible. You find out that it is a subconscious thing programmed into Enoch to where, like, he doesn't know it's happening, but he just keeps killing them, all of them, just dead, one after another, loop after loop. And so they have to come up with some different ingenious ways to stop him. And one important thing that I loved is Daisy, on one of these loops, she's just like, you know what? I got the time. Susie boy, what's up with you, man? Like, why are you so willing to just drop everything and do whatever for me? And he's like, all of my favorite people are exactly like you. The people that he falls in love with are exactly like you. Like Peggy Carter, very similar, very headstrong, you know, just headstrong, stubborn, gorgeous. Like he's just smitten. And he's like, you are gonna do the things you're gonna do regardless of whether I'm here. You're gonna run headlong into these walls no matter what. I think you should have someone there to pick you up, and I would like to be that person. And it was cute because it's like, oh man, he's clearly into her. And she's like, you know what? After a while, she's like, you know what? Okay, you know, he kind of dissected her a little bit to a T. He was like, you pretend that you like to be alone, but you always come back to friends. Like, you secretly want to not be alone. And, you know, they teased possibly her and Deke over the last season or two, but, you know, that never came to fruition. And now they're just like, you know what? This is the last season. Let's make her happy with somebody. And I like that they picked Sousa, because Sousa's freaking fantastic. And then, you know, the loop later, she kisses him. That was pretty hype. I was psyched about that. And then, yeah, he's just fully on board whatever plan. He's willing to die however many times it takes to stop Enoch. And, you know, eventually they get the info out of her, out of Simmons, that they have to remove Enoch's heart and wire it into the time drive to stop it from jumping. I don't know if it has to be there permanently, or like what the situation is. I don't think they could just take it out and then put it back in Enoch and he'd be good to go. I think he's permanently gone. I thought for a brief second, you know, Coulson might sacrifice himself. You know, he's used to dying, and he kind of wants to die at this point. but Gemma remembers some stuff where I don't know what she remembered, but she was like, what have I done? Like, there's something that is so horrible that she stopped herself from remembering. I don't know, man. But that whole last 10 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever with Enoch, just that was really hard. And it's not just because I like Enoch. A lot of what he was saying in particular was definitely tough to hear, because 2020's been a tough year for my family for losing people. My grandma died a few months ago. My uncle died about a month after that. My brother-in-law just had a massive heart attack. He might not make it. So the dialogue in particular this episode was just really, I mean, seeing Enoch go, that sucked. I think I would have cried regardless, but just lots of real world stuff interceding with this. You know, we had some reassurances that, you know, he feels lonely when he's not with them, and it's sad because he spent 30 years alone. You know, they kind of weren't treating him as a person with a soul, even though he kind of is. You know, he's spent however long without his best friend Fitz. I liked that Coulson maybe got some reassurances that he's not just a soulless robot, and, you know, if Enoch can feel loneliness and regret and anxiety about dying and what comes after, then, you know, maybe Coulson isn't so lost after all. But just like the fact that the last thing that he reflects on is his friendship with Fitz. You know, say he was my best friend, and they're like, you know, Enoch, you were a good friend to him as well. You know, it's crazy to think like this guy has spent thousands of years alive. He's seen countless people die, countless people he's interacted with, and he's never felt lonely or sad about any of it. And then he meets this team, and now he feels anxiety, he feels sadness, he feels lonely, and he doesn't know what's gonna happen next. You know, will he still feel alone when he crosses over? You know, for me, it's weird because to a certain extent I am still very much afraid of dying and what comes after, but I also I'm a Christian, so I believe that I have a hope for the future and what comes after, and that death is only the starting point. You know, if you don't believe that, that's okay. That's up to you. But I can very much relate to what Enoch's saying of, you know, you as much assurances as you have and as much faith as you have, there's still an element of anxiety and fear and loneliness. And I don't know, man, all of it just kind of coming to a head because as I'm watching this episode, you know, I have a family member that's literally in the hospital right now who might not make it home. And it's tough, man. I don't know what else to say. I love Enoch. I love this show. Should talk about what happened at the very end with Nathaniel and the legend of Korra. He is training her to use her powers and control them well. She seems to be pretty good at it, and he lets her know that she has a little sister who, should probably mention, Enoch said that even if the team makes it out of this mission and they all live or whatever, like, the team is done. I don't know exactly what that means. Does that mean, like, the team doesn't like, maybe they survived this instance but they don't survive future things? Or did they just stop being agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Like, what's the deal here? Are they just gonna chill and be friends and live on an island somewhere? Like, what's gonna happen? Because, you know, Daisy says herself, like, this is my family. I'm never gonna leave them. Like, do they all die? Like, what? Do they cease to exist? You know, they didn't ever address what happens with Thanos, or are they all gonna get dusted? Like, what's the deal here? Yeah, who knows? I don't know what else to say. This I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being a total bummer right now. This episode was wonderfully silly and fun and awesome for 95% of it. And then that last 5 minutes hit me like a truck. And I feel like I just totally bummed everybody out. My bad, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it there. I don't know if I have any more thoughts. This will probably be a tough one to edit too. Yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.